this episode, we are going to talk about dark magic.
Keep it real.
Okay, hello again. Hi guys.
Welcome back.
From the previous episode, we talk about witchcraft, we talk about teenagers, we talk about modern. There's a lot of things that we talk about. So as we were saying previously, we're going to talk about the dark magic,
Yes.
grey magic, white magic. So for this episode, we are going to talk about dark magic.
Dark magic, black magic.
Black magic, not same ah?
Not same. Black magic is black magic. Dark magic can be for good, for bad, depending on what is your intention.
So dark magic is not black magic.
Dark magic is also known as grey magic, whereby it is colorblind. Means to say that it does not, must be like this, must be like that. Anything goes. I said, anything goes.
From my understanding, probably you can use black magic to counter another black magic.
Yes, you can. It's like fighting fire with fire.
Oh yeah.
So if, like, let's say white magic is water, black magic is fire, because also the source of it, the source of power.
In our episode, we might cover paranormal, we might cover spirituality, and also sometimes taboo topics which may not be suitable for every listeners.
This is a safe and inclusive space for us to share experiences and perspective. All our content are respectful of all diverse backgrounds and beliefs, and it is never intended to question or challenge any personal faith or values. If you love all our content, our vibes, our just loving us, do follow us on our platforms.
Keep it real.
Black magic, where does it actually establish from?
I can't put a finger as to where or when per se, but in the duality of our world, where there is light, there will always be shadow. Okay, so some people are more driven to practice dark magic because it is easy. It is fast.
Wow.
The word is fast. And so because also dark magic or black magic per se, to be more specific, black magic is more tied to the worldly affairs. But also black magic, do you know that actually people use black magic to heal?
Okay, that one I've heard before, but I have not in depth about it. So maybe you can share?
Yeah, so some practitioners, okay, they use black magic to heal, but the method may not be acceptable to some people because it's taboo.
Yeah, correct.
Example, maybe they are required to smear blood on themselves, or they are required to, be in a state whereby they are unclean, Actually, when it comes to magic, especially when it's dark or black, so there is a source that is of a lower vibrational entity. Means to say demonic lah. To put in general so that you guys understand. Okay, usually it's of a demonic nature.
Yeah, actually this is for understanding only, guys. It's not about saying that you must do it. Okay, or we are practitioner. I only wear black clothes, not black magic. I trust her. But why is it not good in a sense that, it could maybe have a repercussions?
Actually, regardless whether it's good or bad, there will always be a repercussion. Okay, so just remember, for every action, there is a reaction. Okay, so example is just, let me just give an analogy. When you light a fire, whatever that it burns, it will become
Ash.
So that is a repercussion of it. Okay, so it's the same as when you are using black magic. Okay, so why people resort to black magic? Maybe you want to make a guess?
Because white magic usually, for example, vengeance. Practitioner of white magic will say no. Yeah, so that means you cannot get what you want. Cannot.
Yeah, so that is where, again, it is tied to worldly affairs. Money, lust, not love, lust. Okay, power, influence, everything that has got to do with your life, your work, your marital affairs, all these things are tight. And they will always think like, because it is fast, I can see the result, I don't care whatever that is happening afterwards.
what they foresee or what they actually vision is actually for short term.
When using dark magic or engaging people who practices dark magic or black magic, let's just go back. Black magic, okay? Number one, it may be fast, but it is not sustainable.
Okay.
Okay, it is not sustainable. That is why usually if you go to a practitioner, they will say, oh, every month must come back with a form of payment or exchange or something like, oh, you want to maintain this, you must do this.
Yeah, correct. One-to-one exchange, huh?
One-to-one. Because why? In the spiritual world, it is always an equivalent exchange. What you want to get, you have to pay something back in return based on the terms and condition of the practitioner who do it for you. Nothing is free. There is no free lunch in this world, yeah, guys. No free lunch.
Correct. Even in the magic world also no free lunch.
Of course. You think what?
Oh. There actually are some true cases, true files that probably I don't want to say much, but one of the most infamous happened in our neighboring country. You know, okay. I just found it. I can just say that. Okay, it's about Mona Fendi. It was a very chaotic. It came out in a lot of news. The stories even somebody wants to make a movie out of it.
Okay.
Because it not just involved a very famous practitioner.
Maybe you want to share a gist of it for those people who are not aware with regards to this story or...
Okay, Mona Fendi, she's a practitioner, which a lot of locals stated that they are dealing with black magic. Apparently, she had one customer who is actually a high-ranking official.
Wow.
And yeah, somehow, somewhere, after
shit happens.
Correct. Things happens. She actually used a very big knife to cut
Oh no.
the neck, and then it really cut, it sliced off. So she actually chopped that person up and bury under the house.
It's very gory, guys.
Yes, but people were saying that okay, because that the parang or the axe went through is because the person or the guy actually never follow.
You see, so this is where the danger is. When it comes to spirituality, especially when it comes to the requirement, for you to perform a specific ceremony or ritual, whereby I'm more comfortable to use the word ceremony, because ritual, people may find it like, I'm not comfortable with this.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, I hope you guys understand. Yeah, when I'm talking about ceremony, it's actually these things lah. These things. Most of the time, even for people, customers who come to me like, Ami, can you help me with the disclaimer, guys? I don't practice. I don't provide black magic services for people. I don't. Even so, if let's say to bring your spouse back for whatever reason, it's all because of his doing. Okay, big boss approve, happen. I'll always say, okay, you need to do this, all the good things, to purify yourself, to do more goodness. So at least your karmic scale, your balance, your karma, right, is leaning more to the good side. Usually when I ask, do you do what I ask you to do? Yes. Lies. Because why? If let's say these people, regardless lah, for whatever arts, whatever magic, yeah, if you follow, you can see the result of it. So that is why for people, for practitioners, you cannot lie to them. So please don't lie. Never do means never do.
Okay, let's say go back to the Mona Fendi case. Because she used the so-called the parang, right? If she can sense that the person does not follow her ways, she could feel it by right, correct?
By right, she could feel it lah. By right, maybe benefit of the doubt, or no, just a gamble. Maybe blinded by money.
Because she was caught at the end and she was actually hanged to death lah.
Oh,
but this is a factual case that we can learn from about black magic. I mean, okay, apart from that, being blinded, worldly stuff, right? So another thing that I want to share with everyone, that maybe we can share with everyone. Okay, black magic. This is the real stuff lah. We talk about real stuff.
yes.
Let's say things doesn't go correctly. Maybe you can share any of your experience, what happened, you know, the repercussions, maybe the extreme, the tragic repercussions that you had experienced before.
Okay, so before I share, maybe you have your stories that you have heard on what people have experienced doing these kind of things, you know?
I think some of them, I mean, like, okay, some of them might have seen demonic creature
Scary.
came to from the old times. They will say they will eat you, suck your blood, take your chi energy, you know. They will actually cause death in the or sufferings, especially diseases that is not in the scientific, you know, you can't heal by medical science.
Right.
Okay, so these are all associated with the repercussions of a black magic.
Of course, yes. Okay, so with regards to that, right, again, I want to emphasize what you give to people, you get back. Okay, so you do good to people, you get back good. When you do these kind of things, most of the time, it will backfire.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, it won't backfire. It's a matter of time lah, actually. Because number one, when it comes to dark magic, black magic, you need to maintain. Because why? You are engaging a demonic entity to do your service.
So can I per se the maintenance will get more and more along the way?
Definitely. So again, with human greed, okay, you will not be content with what you already have. Usually like, okay, it works. I want something else now. I want something else. Of course, the payment gets bigger lah. Some people are willing to pay off using parts of themselves. Like for example, let me just give you an example lah. I can give you what you want, but in exchange, you will not have any child. You cannot bear any child.
Oh yeah, that's quite common.
Correct. That is common. For some cases, I will not take anything except for part of your body. Have you heard of this?
Okay, maybe similar. Usually internal parts of the organs.
Maybe internal, maybe external. External mean to say, example lah, I want your skin. And then you start to have rash. Some people, as a payment, by the age of this time, I'll take your left eye. Happen, you know, it happens. Alah, that one later can talk lah.
Yeah, usually they have these sentiments. Later lah. Sekali, we also never know. Sekali they kena scam also by this thing. For example okay, this one nothing, you just, okay, I do for you, simple, but after tomorrow, okay, this one plus this one plus this one, I take.
Okay, so with regards to this, when you are angry, when you are doing these things and you are engaging demonic entities, right, you need to understand, they are tricksters. Okay, so they are not bound by this kind of laws. Okay, means to say anything goes lah, anything goes, you know. And people who engage this kind of services, they think that they can cheat them. Example okay, I want power, I want fame. If you want to get this, I take your left leg. Example I take your left leg. After they get what they want,
Okay.
they go find a religious healer
To counter.
Can you please help me to remove this kind of thing or not?
Yeah. Okay, from what I experienced or I've heard before, the religious person himself might say, hey, because you have a contract, have an agreement. So as a human with integrity, you have to fulfill the agreement.
Yeah.
Serious?
Contract. Yeah, contract.
So don't agree with your life.
So you see, as long as one party does not breach the contract, it still holds.
So you better think twice.
So even if, let's say, you want to find a religious healer or a white magic practitioner per se to counter that, cannot. So the only way is for you to breach the contract. You breach the contract, you still kena.
Yeah lah, correct. They still want to claim what? Because you breach, not I.
You breach. See? And furthermore, they live for thousands of years.
Oh yeah.
They can wait. They have the patience to wait. If they don't get you, they will get your downline.
Yes, I was about to go there. Sometimes I've heard about people who actually, okay, please do not hurt me. I'm not breaching, but let me negotiate. instead of you taking me, you take my kids. Take my son. You take my firstborn.
Let me just ask you, as a sane person, what do you think? What is your take on this kind of people?
Okay, I would say this is plainly a person who has no integrity, no responsibility. Because, for example, sometimes when it comes to unborn child, you as a father, as a parent myself, I am a protector of my kids, but I will not do it to them.
Yeah.
I stumble things down, I have to face it. And those who does that is actually a coward.
It's sad, but it's true,
Yeah.
Such things do happen actually.
This is something that I am quite appalled because when we talk about physicality, we can see, we know. It's totally like, people can help to avoid. For example, you saw someone abuse children, right? You can step in. You can even challenge your strength against the person.
Right.
But when it comes to this kind of black magic,
It's tough.
yeah, man, wow.
Why I say it's tough is because, number one, again, remember in our first episode, I will say that because it is close practice, it is private. Means to say that nobody would know as long as you are inside that room. It's just between you and the practitioner. After you go outside, nothing happen already. So imagine if, let's say, you are the downline and then you are encountering this kind of things, you start seeing things in your house, and then when you go to a healer, they will say it's your family member. How like that?
Unfair lah.
Confirm you be like, who say? Who?
Yeah, correct.
The person that has been doting on you, check. The person that has been doting on you is the culprit.
Wow. In Malay, they got say this thing, scissors inside selimut. Selimut is
Comforter.
Means you cannot see sharp things. Actually, when sekali you think it's comfort for you, you go you want to sleep, kena one at the backside.
So you see, being betrayed by your own family member. Such things do happen, guys. Such things do happen.
Yeah, this is I think this is a good awareness to share. We're not condoning, and please wake up your mind. We're not telling you. We are not actually asking to not do it, but you go and do it. It's actually for you to actually go against.
We are not advocating these unacceptable behaviors, but our intention is just to create awareness so that you guys know and understand that such things do happen.
Yeah, true.
I'm not surprised that some of you may relate with whatever that we have just shared here.
Precisely, correct. And I think for those who actually, maybe if you are walking towards that, right, please do listen to us. You have heard that we have shared about the repercussions that it might be asking for your organs, it might be asking for your limb, it might be asking for your life.
Don't start. It's not worth it, guys. When you engage a demonic entity, with a twisted character, along the way, you will be as twisted as them. You are no different from them.
Yeah.
Same. Friend.
Friend, friend. I saw to do friend.
But still money pay,
Oh, yeah.
Payment.
Wow.
Every month, full moon.
This is very chaotic, guys. I think because of energy wise, alright, I believe in one thing, because for example, I always say this, if you have 10 foolish friends and you join them, you become the 11th.
Yeah.
So if you are associating yourself deeply with the dark
You dabble with these kind of things.
yeah, you also will, of course, you get the influence of the energy of the the attitudes, that stuff. And I believe this dark entity, they are full of this.
Definitely.
Right? Yeah. They're like the vessel of evil, I would say.
But don't be surprised. Some people, despite all these practices, whatever that they have with them, right, they still look like a sane person, being kind, hey, good morning. But behind closed doors, don't be fooled.
They could be a charitable person, I would say.
Yeah.
We know about this in movies as well. They look charitable. They could be your most friendly neighborhood.
You would never even suspect that it's them.
And then actually, when they have a special room whereby all those kind of things are there, I would like to say to everyone, please do be careful. I mean, like, we're not judging people. Of course, we're not judging.
With all due
people.
respect.
Yeah.
With all due respect.
But if you know that such things are not good for you, might as well, get away from it.
But then again, to each their own lah. Okay. At the end of the day, you made a choice. Okay, you made a choice. At the end of the day, we are here just to share. Okay, just to share so that people who are not aware knows that such things do happen.
All right. Okay. I think we have covered quite an extensive, very comprehensive coverage a bit on. I mean, like, on this doubt or black magic. Of course, I do believe. I do actually, trust about balance. When there's black, there's white. Like Michael Jackson, black and white. And if there's a light, there's heavy.
Balance means to say you work, you go home, self-care, self-love. That is best for you. That is best for everyone, like, as a matter of fact. Okay, there's no need for you to like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. If you really want it, work for it. The proper channel.
So we're gonna do a coverage in our next episode. Probably we're gonna talk about white magic. Do you want us to talk about white magic?
What magic do you want?
So please do comment down if you want us to talk about maybe share about white magic, or if we got maybe how about 50 comments about white magic if they want. If there's no 50 comments, then okay, we proceed with our next topic about it.
Maybe you guys have any other topics that you guys would like us to talk about.
Yeah.
Maybe perhaps even if you would like to share your own story, we are more than happy to bring it forward. With all due respect, again, confidentiality lah. We will not expose you as a victim or as a practitioner, whatever the case may be.
All right. So I think thank you for having us in this in this social media.
Yes, thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so much,
having
guys.
us. Also, we are always open to welcome, to receive anybody who would like to sponsor our show. Do drop any message.
DM.
Do DM us if you are interested.
Okay, right now we know that we are outside. We are actually doing outdoor. Okay, we love the outdoor, guys, and to talk about
The
this
ambience.
ambience. We. Okay, and okay, if you like us to actually, if you like to put your products placement with us, and we do a bit of shout out, you also can DM us. All right, we could share your products here. We could do a small shout out to your episode as well if you want to. And I think at the bottom line, you also need to help us. Please do help us to share.
Do help us to follow, subscribe, share, like. Be kind, be positive. Comment, guys.
All right, that's all for tonight. And I'm Achik from the Paranormal Consultants.
I am Amy Fox from the Foxy Oracle. Together,
Keep it real.